Hi, everybody, and welcome to Griffith Gymnasium, and welcome to the quarterfinals of the District 2 4A District Championships. And the Hilltoppers tonight, the third place team will be taking on the fourth place team, the Pojoaque Elks. And these two teams have met twice before, and the Hilltoppers have come out on top on both of those contests. In fact, they just played each other on Saturday night. So the Hilltopper girls played on Friday night and last night and against Pojoaque, and now the Hilltopper boys playing on Saturday are going to go against Pojoaque tonight in this quarterfinal. Pete Martinson and my good buddy Mike Mays with me here tonight, and so Mike, we don't know what to expect, but I'll tell you one thing they're going to have to do tonight. We're going to have to shut down Derek Sanchez.
Yeah, Gene, that is absolutely right. Derek Sanchez has been the big weapon for the Pojoaque Valley Elks through two ball games here between the Toppers and the Elks. In the first ball game, very early this month, Sanchez had 21 points. He was really the only effective scorer for the Elks that night. Then on Saturday, Sanchez ended up with 19 points. Actually had 9 of those coming in the fourth quarter as the Elks were battling to get back in that ball game. So Derek Sanchez is their big weapon. The Toppers were aided, however, in the fact that Sanchez the other night got into some early foul trouble and never really got into the groove of the game up until that fourth quarter, played much of that fourth quarter with 4 fouls. So the Toppers will have to be wary about him. Also having a big night the other night was Matthew Gomez, a 6'3" senior. He ended up with 16 points, 10 of those coming in the fourth quarter. So for the Toppers, Gene, coming in with a record of 15-11. Important games for them tonight for numerous reasons, not the least of which is the fact that Los Alamos can more or less cement an at-large bid in the upcoming state championship playoffs. Should they be able to win tonight, Los Alamos may already have a good argument to get into the tournament. If they hold serve tonight, that should cement it, and they should be afforded a seed in the upcoming state tournament. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a interesting ball game. The Hilltoppers won the first ball game. That was played in Pojoaque, and the Hilltoppers won that ball game 58-46, and so a nice 12-point lead. And then the next ball game ended up 59-48. So pretty much. So deja vu all over again for these two teams. But like we said, Derek Sanchez is the young man they're going to have to shut down. And the scoring just is kind of crazy when you look at the scoring column. You see Derek Sanchez sitting up there on top with a goodly number of points, and then everybody else is, nobody else is in double figures. But as Mike pointed out in that last ball game, Matt Gomez, he had 7 points through 3 quarters, and then he put in 9 points in the fourth quarter. So he came on strong, and as Mike pointed out, he came up with 16. Derek Sanchez finished with 19. Had to sit out a fair amount of time with the 4 fouls. So anyway, tonight is, this is it. This is for all the marbles. It's these tournaments. Tournaments are do or die. You either win the ball game or you go home. And so neither team, of course, wants to go home. And like Mike was saying, if the Hilltoppers can win tonight, they go to Espanola. They have shown that they can beat Espanola as they defeated them here in Los Alamos 47-40. So they're capable of winning this ball, winning against Espanola, but right now they got to get by the Pojoaque Elks. And that's not going to be as easy as it sounds. We won the first two ball games by a little over 10 points, but it was pretty much of a battle. And Derek Sanchez, he's hard to shut down, Mike. He penetrates. He's everywhere. So he's a really, really good ball player, and he's very, very aggressive.
Yes, he absolutely is. So the Toppers, like I said, Gene, are going to have to know exactly where he is at all times. And, Sanchez, and see if he gets any help. Really, outside of Gomez's big fourth quarter the other night, the Elks really haven't generated a ton of offense behind him. So that's going to be interesting. If they can slow Sanchez down, Toppers should be all right tonight.
Yeah, they really should. And we're about ready for the national anthem here. Maury Pongratz is reading all the regulations. It's all the stuff you're supposed to do and be good sports and all that. So now we're ready for the national anthem. So we're finished with the national anthem, and so now Maury Pongratz, the PA voice of Los Alamos, ready to introduce the starters here tonight in this ball game. And so I'm going to turn this over to Mike and let him do the job for us here on the YouTube channel, courtesy of Carol Clark.
Absolutely, Gene, and thank you. It is my pleasure to bring you the starting lineups for this evening for the Pojoaque Valley Elks. They're going to have the same starting five they had the other night. Derek Sanchez, a 6'1 junior, and Matthew Gomez, a 6'3 senior. Tobias Velasquez, a 5'11 junior. DJ Jaramillo, a 6'1 junior, and Andres Terrazas, a 6'4 sophomore. Keep an eye on Terrazas. He was big on the defensive end the other night for the Elks. Gave Toppers some problems down low, so we'll see how he responds tonight. For the Toppers, they're coached by Benito Maestas. They come in with a record of 15 wins and 11 losses. They'll start Nico Garcia, a sophomore. He is 6 feet tall. A 6-foot senior, Ryan Zeke. A 5'10 senior, Joshua Woodson. 5'11 senior, Wesley Stanfield. And a 6-foot senior, Elijah Ortiz. The Toppers would love to get Ortiz involved early, get him shooting and get him scoring from the perimeter. That is going to open up a lot of opportunities down low, despite the big body in Andres Terrazas.
So we're ready to go here, and Ryan Zeke will jump up against Matt Gomez. And so, well, he threw the ball way too high. Both Both players went up, slapped at it, missed it, but then the ball kind of just bounced away, picked up by Los Alamos. I'm surprised they didn't throw it up again, but they gave Los Alamos the ball. And so the Hilltoppers with it now have Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield dribbles between the circles, bounces it over to Elijah Ortiz. Ortiz sees Joshua Woodson heading down the baseline. Beautiful pass to him. Joshua comes around, tries to come around behind the basket and lay it in. Doesn't put it up hard enough. Matt Gomez on the dribble. He's going to get it into Terrazas. Terrazas goes up and scores. That might be what their attack is tonight, is to get Andrew Terrazas involved. He made 6 points in the game the other night in the first half, did not score in the second half. Joshua Woodson with it, gets it to Elijah Ortiz in the corner. Elijah will bring it back out on top of Nico Garcia on the dribble. Will hand it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield puts the ball on his hip, hollers some directions, and now the Hilltoppers are going to start moving again. Comes to Joshua Woodson, top of the key. Over to Ryan Zeke. Zeke's going to hand it off to Elijah Ortiz. Hilltoppers a lot of movement. Joshua Woodson dribbles to the corner, loses the handle.
Very unusual there for Woodson. Didn't have a whole lot of pressure on him. Just apparently, I think, just hit it off of his big toe or something and it scooted out of bounds.
Yeah, so Josiah Fresca checks in for Joshua. And so Joshua sits down. We have a minute and a half gone here in this ball game. 2-0 ball game right now. Matt Gomez with it for Pojoaque, standing at the top of the key. And so right now they give it off to Derek Sanchez. Little turnaround jumper. Fight for the rebound, comes down to Ryan Zeke. So Derek takes it into the lane, tries a little jumper. The Hilltoppers come up with it. Now comes to Wesley Stanfield. Nico Garcia is going to take it down, and he's going to be fouled. So it's too bad they fouled him because he dished it off across the lane to Wesley Stanfield, who was wide open. That personal foul will go to Tobias Velasquez. That's his first team foul. Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket. Out on top to Elijah Ortiz, over to Wesley Stanfield, right wing. Out on top, now they rotate it. Skip pass comes across from Josiah Frescas. So right now the Hilltoppers working against the zone, and so Nico Garcia decides he wants to shoot the three. This is off. Rebound comes down to the. I wonder if Nico's going to come out of the ball game. Yeah, as soon as he shot that, Gavin Coy came to the bench. Shot taken by Pojoaque is off. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers, and they bring it down to Josiah Frescas, left wing. Out on top to Stanfield. Wesley going to get it to Ryan Zeke, a little give and go, and underneath, wide open. And again, a charging foul. So the Hilltoppers ran it nicely. It was a beautiful execution as they had a little give and go going down the right side of the lane. So Wesley Stanfield passed it into Ryan Zeke and then went around behind him. He got the handoff, and then he dished it off over to Joshua Woodson under the basket. But in the meantime, he crashed into one of the Pojoaque players. That's the first personal on the Hilltoppers and the first on Wesley Stanfield. So Tobias Velasquez now will be at the point. Derek Sanchez is way, way out. He's standing right in front of the scorer's table. So I'm not sure what he's doing. Underneath it comes with Terrazas. Terrazas has his shot blocked by Elijah Ortiz. Pass goes up again. Josiah Fresca trying to get it. And, boy, I'm telling you, it's physical as it can be out there, Mike.
It really is, except for Derek Sanchez and Ryan Zeke. We're standing right by the scorer's table. It's basically 4-on-4. I have no idea what he was doing out there. He wasn't doing anything. I don't know why he was out there.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Josiah Fresca, Sandfield from the corner. It's off. Rebound comes down to Gavin Coy. Gavin Coy lays it in for two, and the Hilltoppers tie it up. 2-2 ball game, and interestingly, we have 3.5 minutes gone, and now before each team has scored. Terrazas puts the shot up, Rebound comes down to Gavin Coy. Hilltoppers on the move. Josiah Fresca picks up his dribble over to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield is going to come right down the lane, gets it now to Roland S. S goes in, puts a shot up, and he's fouled. So Roland S. will go to the free throw line, and Andres Terrazas will pick up the personal. That's his first. That's his second team foul. 2-2 ball game right now. We have 4:05 remaining, and Roland S. goes to the free throw line for Los Alamos. Bounces around and comes off. So right now, Mike, the Toppers are a little out of sync. They've had some easy layups, which they have not been able to convert. And finally, Roland puts in the second of two to make it a 3-2 ball game. 4 minutes to go. So now Derek Sanchez decides to get in the action. I don't know what that was all about. He just came out and stood in the corner at half court. Drive to the basket. Wow. Matt Gomez. Boy, that was a beautiful drive to the basket. Lays it in with his left hand. And now it makes it now a 4-3 ball game. Wesley Stanfield trying to go down the ball off the right. They're going to call a foul. Let's see. That's going to go. I teach Tobias Velasquez, I think. That'll be his second. And so I don't understand. That was hard. There was hardly a foul involved there, Mike. But then some of the other stuff has been going on. I mean, it's been very, very physical. Gavin Coy from the corner. Shot is off. Rebound comes down to Tobias Velasquez. Tobias Velasquez. Comes down to Josiah Frescas. Frescas, the shortest guy out there. High in the air to get that rebound and flip it out on top to Gavin Coy. And then Coy taking it to the basket. He's fouled. And that personal foul is going to go to Terrazas. That's his second. So 4 team fouls. 2 on Tobias Velasquez and 2 on Andres Terrazas, their big kid. And now Terrazas is going to come out of the ball game as Roland misses the first. Or Gavin misses the first, and he misses the second. On the floor in a hurry comes Matt Gomez. Gomez out on top. Andres Terrazas is checked out of the ball game. Nick Manzanares has come in for him. Manzanares is going to take it to the hole. Shot blocked by Gavin Coy. That looked like a pretty good block.
Well, they are going to give the foul to Coy. That was a clean block. I don't know what they're calling here. We have a timeout on the floor, but that was a great block by Coy. All ball, no contact on the body. I don't know what they thought they saw.
Well, Mike, up on the scoreboard, they got him for 2 personal fouls. And I have one for Wesley Stanfield and one for Coy. What do you have?
I have one for each of those gentlemen as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. we never matched the scoreboard anyway. So a timeout taken by Espanola, by Pojoaque. They take a 30-second timeout. And we hope you can hear the broadcast okay. We broke a connector last night. We haven't been able to get a new one. So we have I did it through a cell phone last night, and then tonight Mike Mays is with me. And so we've rigged up a jury rigged another situation, but we think it's going to work okay. So Nick Manzanares at the free throw line. The fresh misses the first and drops in the second.
By the way, Gene, I have my tin cans and string in case we need them.
Yeah, we probably will. So Derek Sanchez dribbling down the baseline, pushes away, and Ryan Zeke on him. Zeke has what they're doing is they're trying to get they're doing Los Alamos right now is on a man-to-man, and Ryan Zeke is on Derek Sanchez. So they're bringing Derek Sanchez out on top to get Zeke out of the way. I don't know why. And so Ryan, he just goes where where Derek Sanchez goes. And so they, like Mike says, they prefer to play 4-on-4 without Ryan Zeke in there. Makes no sense to me. Anyway, they hand it off now to Josiah Frescas. Well, Owen Geiger, who has checked into the ball game, is going to hand it to Gavin Coy. Down low, goes to Frescas. Josiah, the freshman, on the dribble. He's going to try to go in, dishes it off. In the corner, goes to Owen Geiger. Geiger inside the three-point line on the baseline. He puts it in, and the Hilltoppers now tie it up, 5-5. So neither team really on sync here today. So the ball is going to be a shot taken from the right side. Taken on the baseline. And that shot taken by Nick Manzanares. The battle, and the Hilltoppers lose it out of bounds on the rebound. They bring it in a quick three-pointer shot, and Wesley Stanfield high in the air. He just rips the ball right out of Derek Sanchez's hand. Unbelievable. Stanfield starts to go, gets it to Roland Nash. Roland sets the screen. Stanfield takes the three, and then Roland rolls off, and then he gets a perfect pass from Stanfield. So trying to take it to the hole. And let's see, we had a beautiful block beautiful block that time by Mark Cleland. And then trying to get it on a battle for the ball as the ball hit the floor. And the personal foul is going to go to Mario Barras. That's going to be his first. That is a 15 foul on Pojoaque. Full court press. And Owen Geiger still advised pass. And now Owen trying to make up for it, I guess. He goes over, tries to steal the ball from Derek Sanchez. Picks up the personal. That's his first. That's the third team foul. And Pojoaque will inbound in the front court. Minute 20 to go. They hand it now over to Mario Barros. Barros gets it to Matt Gomez, top of the key. Gomez going to put up a 15-footer. That's good. Right? 15-footer just to the left of the free throw line. And Matt Gomez picks up his first 2 points. And Roland Dish is all over the court. I'm telling you, he's going crazy. I mean, the referee's telling him to calm down, but he had a perfect lob pass into Mark Cleland. Wow, Mike, that was something else.
Yeah, that really was. That was cool. And he's going to get the foul on top of it. But even cooler than that was Roland's reaction. He was down the court waving his arms like they just won the Super Bowl. But, that was great. And the official telling him, hey, let's bring it back down a bit. But that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Whoa. So the shot by Cleveland, his free throw was off. Yeah, but Roland, I mean, he was just all over the court, wide open down on the baseline. I can't believe they're calling a foul. Wow. Well, they're going to call a foul this time on Roland Dish. I never saw any foul. I mean, he was wide open. They got the ball to him. Nobody picked him up. DJ Aramillo. And he went up to the layup. He's wide open, missed the layup. And so they give the foul now to the Hilltoppers. So right now, Aramillo at the free throw line, he makes the first, and he'll shoot one more. Right now, it's a long rebound comes down to Matt Gomez, and Gomez, not sure what's going on over there. Did you see that, Mike?
No, not exactly. Owen Geiger actually got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds, and there was some excitement over there in the student section. I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, well, student section was going crazy. Sasha Woodson takes it to the hole. Wow! I mean, he just took the three. He took the outlet pass after that missed shot, and he just took off down the floor and he was, he was surrounded by green uniforms, and he just said to heck with it. He just powered his way to the basket and laid it in, and he got fouled by Matt Gomez. That is Gomez's first personal, and Joshua Woodson goes to this line, and he completes the three-point play. We have 21 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Hilltoppers up by 4, 12-8. So Nick Manzanares now will bring it up. And he hands it off, cutting to the basket this time, Matt Gomez. Hilltoppers, great job on defense to cut him off. Out on top. Shot taken by Manzanares. High rebound, high in the air to get the, let's see, what are they going to call now? Oh, it bounced up and hit the cable, the supporting cable. So Manzanares took the three-point shot. Hilltoppers trying to roll it down the floor to let the clock go, and then they weren't paying attention to Pojoaque. Pojoaque almost came over and grabbed that one up. But that will do it after one quarter of play. It's right now the Hilltoppers lead 12-8 over the and that situation with Roland Esch. That reminds me of Matt Christiansen, who played here long time ago. And they got the ball into him once, and he was like a backup post. They got the ball into him, and he just went up with a fantastic slam. Boy, slam-a-jamma, dunked that thing, and he just took off, and he ran all over the court. Then he ran up into the student section. He was up in the bleachers. Everybody was high-fiving him. The referees were all dying laughing. The other team was all dying laughing. The referees... Yeah, go ahead.
I recall that Matt Christiansen, a very good friend of mine, as a matter of fact, but I remember that exact slam dunk of his. And Matt was, I think he was about 6'10", 6'11". He was pretty close to 7 feet tall, but had limited playing time. That's when Charlie Melvin was playing for the Toppers, so he didn't actually get in very often as a big guy. But I remember that exact play. That was one of the funniest things I ever saw.
So the pass is stolen away by Roland Esch, and Roland tries to dunk it. So Roland Esch going up. Roland, I guess he got too excited about the Matt Cleveland thing, because the Pojoaque inbounded the ball to start the second period, and Roland picked off the pass, went down. He had a breakaway layup. He was all by himself. And he went up and he tried to dunk it, and he didn't get it up high enough. And by that time, that let the Pojoaque players catch up with him. He grabbed the ball and then went back up again, and then he was fouled. And I don't know who they gave that foul to, but to Matt Gomez. That's his second. That is the 16th foul. Roland is 1 for 2, and now we're going to have a foul away from the ball against Pojoaque. And that's going to be on Terrazas. And
oh, wow.
That's his third. Are they saying Solomon Sanchez?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a 13-8 right now. Wesley Stanfield with it for Los Alamos. But I can't believe that Roland tried to dunk that thing. He was all by himself. It was a breakaway layup. But Wesley Stanfield from just to the right of the key, three-point shot, comes down now to Derek Sanchez, who's been completely ineffective in this ball game. Now he's going to take it to the hole, put it up, it's off, rebound comes down now to Wesley Stanfield. Derek, he loves to push off. Anybody gets close to him, they're going to get a forearm or a hand in the chest. Ryan Zeke with it at the top of the key pass, and Wesley Stanfield trying to get into Mark Cleveland with the lob, overthrows him. It can't be that hard to lob it into Cleveland.
No, he is. He's almost 7 feet tall. Oh, and Ryan Zeke, there where they push in the back of Derek Sanchez. That was
inadvertent. Sanchez, Ryan was behind him, and then Derek suddenly stopped. And so Ryan picks up his first personal, and that is the 5th team foul on Los Alamos.
But Cleveland, that pass to Cleveland, Gene, that wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't. Derek Sanchez takes it in and puts it in and scores. That's his first 2 points of the ball game. So we're going to have a traveling violation called on Ryan Zeke. The old New Mexico shuffle. 13-10 ball game right now. 6:16 to go here in the first half. And Ryan Zeke now is staying with Derek Sanchez where Derek Sanchez goes. Sanchez gets the screen, comes around. The ball is pulled away by Sandfield. And Benito Maestas, head coach of Los Alamos, runs all the way, running down the sideline, screaming, timeout, timeout. So he gets a 30-second timeout because they did a great job on Derek Sanchez and trying to penetrate again. The ball was knocked loose, and then Sandfield fell on it, but he didn't have any place to go. So suddenly, Benito jumps up and calls a timeout. So it's 13-10. The Hilltoppers will have the ball inbound under the Pojoaque basket.
And Gene, I am not a fan of burning a timeout in that situation. Not at this stage of the game. 6 minutes left in the first half. You may need that timeout later. I'm not a big fan of that timeout.
No, and in that game, Saturday night, Benito ran out of timeouts, and he really there was one point where he really needed the timeout. Taking the hold this time is Nico Garcia, puts a shot up, hits the back of the iron, comes off. Derek Sanchez with it, gets a screen from Terrazas, decides to put up a three. Nico Garcia with the rebound. Nico coming down, lobs it up the floor to Ryan Zeke, thrown away by Andres Terrazas, and here comes Derek Sanchez. Sanchez, that should be double dribble, which he gets away with, and then he passes it out over to DJ Armia, who drops in the three. But Derek Sanchez going to the basket, lost the handle, and bounced it off of his knee, and then started dribbling again. Hilltoppers trying to bounce it inside to Ryan Zeke, and that goes awry. Nico Garcia will check out of the ball game. Josiah Fresca's back in, along with Ryan Zeke and Elijah Ortiz, Wesley Stanfield, and Mark Cleland. So everybody down and setting up the defense for Los Alamos, but Ryan Zeke in the hip pocket right now of Derek Sanchez. 13-12 ball game right now, and both teams have been pretty off, Mike. They're just, I don't know if it's a Tuesday, but it should be okay, Tuesday night. But neither team is really, execution hasn't been very good on either team, and the shooting hasn't been that good either. So they get it now to Derek Sanchez, and Sanchez has the ball knocked away from him, and then he's able to chase down the loose ball, but he just decided he was going to take it all the way to the hole, but they knocked the ball away from him. So he's going to bring it out on top now to Solomon Sanchez. Sanchez put over to Andres Terrazas, and Terrazas with a three-pointer. So Andres Terrazas, the big guy, the 6'4" sophomore, and he cans the three, and then Pojoaque takes the lead 15-13. Comes out now to Ryan Zeke. Derek Sanchez all over him. And so they get it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield top of the key. They hand it over now to Ryan Zeke. Zeke's going to take it to the hole. And boy, nice move and a nice shot by Ryan Zeke. Boy, that was pretty. And so he he did that deliberately. He wanted to draw the foul, and he did draw the foul, and that goes to Derek Sanchez. That's his first, but Ryan was bound and determined to get him to draw the foul. But boy, beautiful jump shot as he was actually moving to the left and then went up with the jump shot. So he was still floating to the left when he put the shot up. So Ryan Zeke completes the three-point play. 16-15. Pojoaque. Los Alamos up by one. Bring it now to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez makes a little spin move, goes up, rebound, and rebound comes down to Pojoaque. And so getting in there and getting inside was Jeremy Quintana. But the Hilltoppers knocked the ball away from him, and then Derek Sanchez going after it, loses it out of bounds. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Comes in right side to Mark Cleveland. Cleveland almost baseballs it out to Elijah Ortiz. Elijah just a simple little pass, and Mark Cleveland was wide open under the basket. So he just popped him a little pass, and then he just laid it in. So once again, Derek Sanchez sees the open lane, and he takes it and goes to the hole. Makes it an 18-17 ball game. Wesley Stanfield with it for Los Alamos. Brings it over now to Josiah Frescas, out on top to Elijah Ortiz. Ortiz get it to Mark Cleveland. Cleveland takes the three-point shot. And so, whoa. Cleveland trying to slam dunk, but then that was another. Cleveland set the screen and then rolled off. The battle for the ball right now on the floor. Wow. I mean, they just, shot went up and the Hilltoppers almost had it. And then there was a struggle. And then Hilltoppers came up with it, shot time around to 240. And so now Solomon Sanchez is going to take it to the basket. Blocked by Cleveland. By Wesley Stanfield coming up the floor in a hurry. And boy, I mean, it's just gotten to be a pretty ragtag game right now. So they're going to bring it out to Ryan Zeke. And so taking it to the hole right now is Josiah Frescas, a freshman. So he just comes down the left side of the lane, lays it in for two, and picks up his first 2 points of the ball game. But the Hilltoppers go back up by 3, 20-17. But that earlier, Mike, that situation with Mark Cleveland, I mean, all he had to do was lay it in, but he wanted to slam jam it again.
Yeah, he absolutely did, and kind of lost his handle on the way up. So it actually rolled off his finger a little bit and ended up missing the dunk. And then Cleveland was steamed afterwards on the defensive end. Actually, very fortunate he did not pick up a foul. He had a nice little shove there of one of the Elks that was going down to the floor. So, but yeah, Cleveland, had he just laid it in, he would have been fine. But like I said, it looked like he just lost the handle on the way up. And he's going to take a breather and get some water and try to regroup.
Yeah, there's 2:03 remaining, but it was a perfect play. He set a screen and then rolled off, got the pass, was wide open, tried to slam it and not successful. So the Pojoaque will inbound it at midcourt, and they bring it inside now to Jeremy Quintana. Quintana over to Derek Sanchez, and right now Isaiah Frescas is on Derek Sanchez. So Frescas, good little defender, freshman. Oh, they get it into Terrazas. Terrazas with a little jump shot. Just in the right of the lane and about 8 feet out. Terrazas drops it in for his 7th point. Point ball game, 20-19. Frescas bounce it off to Roland S. Roland can't get to the handle. They bounced it. Then beautiful patch through traffic, but it's too much traffic. 3-point shot from way out. Right there to get the rebound. The Hilltoppers are not rebound. Daly and Lopez So Dalian Lopez gets the rebound. There's nobody under there for Los Alamos. It's a 21-20 ball game. Pojoaque is really pounding the boards. Rolandes gets it down to Weston Stanfield. Stanfield puts up the three. Rebound. Derek Sanchez bringing down the floor. He's just going to take it right down. His shot blocked by Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield puts it down the floor. Gets it to his side. Wesley. Wow! I mean, coming down the floor, they knocked it loose. Stanfield just picked it up and baseballed it down the floor. There was a battle for it between Derek Sanchez and Josiah Frescas. Frescas won the battle and then just spun around, and now Wesley Stanfield steals it away again. Stanfield's going to go up and in. He goes down, nothing called. Josiah Frescas, beautiful shot, and then Wesley Stanfield backs that up with another one. He was fouled, nothing called. 24-21, the Hilltoppers now go up by 3, and we have 8 seconds to go. Derek Sanchez is going to go in. He travels. Can't believe they didn't call that. Unbelievable. I mean, he put his pivot foot down, and then he looked like a figure skater out there. And so they didn't call it, but the Hilltoppers do take the lead at the half, 24-21. So it's been a battle royal, and it's exactly what we expected it to be. 12 points for Los Alamos in that second quarter, and 13 points for the Pojoaque. So I'm afraid it's going to be a battle royal all night long, and it depends. You just can't figure out what the referees want to call. That shot when Wesley Stanfield took it to the hole after that steal, Derek Sanchez was with him all the way. Sanchez fouled him. Stanfield made the shot, and then he goes down, but nothing called. But so you never know what they're going to call and what they're not going to call. It's crazy.
Wild first half, especially that second quarter. And as you've been saying the entire first half, Gene, both teams offensively just completely out of sync. The Toppers able to get something going in transition, but really the half-court offense has just been kind of all over the place for Los Alamos. Both teams kind of employing man-to-man defense. The Toppers have switched a little bit into almost kind of a box and one, but for the most part, they've been sticking to man-to-man, and neither of the offenses has really gotten going. They just kind of looked a little bit off this entire first half to this point. So like we were saying, we've seen this, even on the girls' side, they're really going to a lot of man-to-man, and that seemed to be throwing off a lot of this offense. So 24-21 here in this quarterfinal round of the District 2-4A boys basketball tournament. So the Toppers got a lot of people involved. Nobody putting up huge numbers in that first half. Josiah Frescas and Mark Cleland and Roland Esch ended up with 4 points. Joshua Woodson and Ryan Zeke with 3, and 2 points each from Wesley Stanfield, Gavin Coy, and Owen Geiger. And for the Elks, Andres Terrazas with 7 points, but just 4 points from Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is being covered like a blanket. Ryan Zeke is having a great defensive ball game. He is just not allowed Sanchez to do anything. And what he has been doing when Sanchez is coming off of the dribble, Ryan Zeke is just funneling him straight into the teeth of the Topper defense. And Sanchez really can't get much going. So very, very good job in that first half by Ryan Zeke. And kind of interesting other thing we were noticing earlier, especially in that first quarter, the Toppers, or rather Benito Maestas, has a really short leash for everybody. Any type of miscue or anything like that, he seems to be switching everybody out really, really quickly. So Benito Maestas not messing around tonight here against the Elks, but good defensive effort there in the first half by Los Alamos. But the only offense Pojoaque was able to generate was Andres Terrazas, and not down low. All 7 of his points were jump shots, including a 3-pointer. He had a nice turnaround jumper in the second quarter for his 7th point, but he's not getting a lot going underneath.
Yeah, it's been really interesting, Mike, because Derek Sanchez only with 4 points in the ball game, and he is their leading scorer. He's been trying to penetrate, go to the head, but the Hilltoppers are playing great defense on him. Ryan Zeke's been has been in his hip pocket most of the evening. One thing we didn't understand was that a couple of times when the Hilltoppers came down, Derek Sanchez deliberately took himself out of the offense. So he just went out and stood in the corner, right to the old coffin corner at half court, and right in front of the scorer's table. He just stood there. So Ryan went and stood there with him, and they did that twice. So Jason Mossman and we just decided, well, we'll just go 4-on-4 against them. So anyway, I don't understand that, but Pojoaque was able to get a lot of people in the scoring column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players scoring for Pojoaque, and Los Alamos likewise got a lot of players in the scoring column. So it's been a wild, crazy game. I mean, a lot of crazy things happening. That alley-oop to Mark Cleveland, Roland Ness just went crazy. He threw the alley-oop up there, and Mark was able to jam it. Roland was running all over he just ran all the way into the backcourt. He was running all over the place, ran over to the bench, got high-fived a little. The official came over and kind of telling him to calm down. Didn't call anything against him, but then right after that, Roland, he had a breakaway layup, and I guess he was so excited about the dunk that he decided he'd try to dunk one. So, but this game Saturday night was really physical. This game is pretty physical too. But boy, I don't know. I don't know. There hasn't been a whole lot of finesse in this ball game tonight.
No, there hasn't.
Yes.
But Gene, going back, the Toppers with 2 wide open dunk attempts that they could not complete. So the Toppers, that was 4 points right there. They easily could have put on the board, and they ended up on that exchange with exactly 1 point. That Roland Esch was fouled on his attempt and hit 1 of 2 free throws. So that's minus 3 points on the Toppers side.
How you doing?
Remaining.
Awesome. Crazy game.
Let's hope it comes out the right way.
Really? Yeah. So we have 2:40 to go here in the intermission, and the Hilltoppers leading by 3 in this crazy contest. Hard fought, but just not much finesse, as we were saying. It's just been every man for himself out there. But the Hilltoppers have done a good job on Derek Sanchez, holding him to 4 points because he has been their leading scorer. And so, but right now, as Mike pointed out, Andres Terrazas, the big kid, the 6'4" sophomore, is the leading scorer for thing. And so, Mike, I had a thing for you. Yeah, here you go.
All right. Well, you are listening to the Los Alamos Daily Post and their broadcast of Hilltopper Boys Basketball, District Tournament Boys Basketball. We want to thank the Daily Post. And, of course, we want to thank our sponsors, the Los Alamos County Police Department and the Los Alamos County Fire Department. The fire department is honored to be entrusted with the safety and welfare of the Los Alamos community. The Los Alamos Fire Department is dedicated and proud to provide exceptional services for the preservation of life, the environment, and property. And the fire department is wishing everybody a fantastic winter, hoping we can get by this and get back into the spring. So thank you to the fire department. Thank you for the Los Alamos Police Department. We're going to get going with the second half in approximately 1 minute here. The Elks actually came out early, Gene, to have a little shoot around. Jason Mossman obviously not super happy with their shooting in that first half, and they did miss a couple of shots that they normally make. So obviously he wants to get them going a little bit, maybe get them warmed up a little bit. So we will see if the Elks shoot any better here in this second half.
So right now, Los Alamos leading 24-21. They won the first quarter 12-8, lost the second quarter 13-12. So they are up by 4 at the end of one. Now they're up by 3 at the end of the first half of play. And so we're about ready to go here. Let's see and I believe for the Hilltoppers, the Hilltoppers will inbound it to start the second half of play. We have Joshua Woodson, Wesley Stanfield, Ryan Zeke, Elijah Ortiz, and Nico Garcia in the ballgame for Los Alamos. That is the original starting lineup for Benito Maestas. Joshua Woodson will inbound it. He'll bring it into Stanfield, over now to Ryan Zeke, cutting down the lane with Nico Garcia. Couldn't get it to him. Comes out on top now to Stanfield. Wesley Stanfield will get it to Joshua Woodson. And right now Espanola in a man-to-man defense. They get it to Wesley Stanfield. Nico Garcia in the corner. Out on top to Wesley, top of the key. Backs out near the half-court circle. Bounces it now to Elijah Ortiz. He's going to hand it to Wesley. Wesley going in, and we're going to have a blocking call. Foul is going to be called against Pojoaque, and that one is going to go to DJ Armillo. That'll be his first. That'll be the first team foul. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it to Elijah Ortiz. Ryan Zeke wide open from 3, decides to skip it. Now he's going to take it to the hole, puts it up, it's off, rebound comes down to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez quickly up the floor, holds up on the right wing. Now he's going to penetrate, puts a shot up and in. Derek Sanchez with 6 points in the ball game makes it now a 24-23 ball game. And Wesley Stanfield brings it across the timeline down to Elijah Ortiz. Elijah, normally a good 3-point shooter. Ryan Zeke gets it to Elijah. 3 points on the way. That's good. So Elijah Ortiz with a 3-pointer for Los Alamos makes it now 27-23. Now Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez will get it to DJ Armillo. Puts up an air ball, but it comes right to Tobias Velasquez. They get it to Derek Sanchez. He gets the screen, tries to get around Ryan Zeke, cannot. Now he's going to direct traffic, and I think he's going to try to get another screen. So he decides to heck with it. He's just dribbling out there, and then he decides, I'll just pop the 3, which he does. He now has 9 points in the ball game. 1 point ball game, 27-26. Elijah Ortiz gets it to Joshua Woodson. Woodson to Nico Garcia. Comes to Wesley Stanfield, top of the key. Wesley's going to penetrate down the left side of the lane. Puts it up too hard off the glass. Rebound comes down to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez quickly up the floor. Pulls up on the right wing. Another 3-pointer. This one bounces around and comes off with the rebound to Matt Gomez. So the Hilltoppers getting out-rebounded here in this second half. They have been getting out-rebounded most of the ball game. They get it to Matt Gomez. Gomez gets his own rebound. And he's going to go up again, and this time he's going to be called for a push-off. So he was right in front of the basket. He was trying to get open. He couldn't. They had him double teamed, and so he just put a forearm into one of the Hilltoppers. And so right now he picks up his third personal. So that's his third personal. That is the second team foul. 5:20 to go here in this third quarter. Hilltoppers leading by 1. Elijah Ortiz trying to get it to Wesley Stanfield, cutting down the right side of the lane. He can't get it to him. Brings it to Joshua Woodson, top of the key. Joshua gets it to Nico. Nico inside to Roland Esch. Esch back to Stanfield, out to Nico. I thought Nico was going to take the 3. Ryan Zeke takes the 2. Long rebound is going to come down to Wesley Stanfield. And Stanfield trying to grab it. It's knocked out of bounds by Tobias. 27-26. Hilltoppers up by 1. 4:53 remaining. Matt Gomez will check out with 3 personal fouls. Up to Roland Esch out on top now to Ryan Zeke. Over to Nico Garcia. Derek Sanchez on him. Terrazas picking up. This time picking up Elijah Ortiz. Elijah just goes around him down the baseline, leaves him behind, comes around the other side of the basket, and just lays it in. 5 points now for Elijah. 3-point lead for Los Alamos. Derek Sanchez penetrating down the lane. Misses, gets his own rebound. Puts it up again. Now he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Los Alamos not rebounding at all.
No, Pojoaque is crashing the boards. Los Alamos has absolutely no answer for them right now. Pojoaque is getting to everything, and Los Alamos is just kind of standing there flat-footed.
So Derek Sanchez will go to the free throw line. That personal foul went to Ryan Zeke. That's his second, and that is the first team foul on Los Alamos in this half. Sanchez at the line, drops in the first. He has 10 points in the ball game right now, and let's see, he's ready for shot number 2. This one rims around and comes out. Roland Esch with the rebound. Hilltoppers have numbered. Here comes Ryan Zeke. He gets it to Nico Garcia, and Garcia out to Stanfield, overthrows him. Stanfield runs down the loose ball. Stanfield gets the screen from Roland Esch, trying to get it to Esch. They lose the handle. Tobias Velasquez heading down the floor. He gets a long pass, and he just lays in the breakaway. That's his first 2 points of the ball game, and we're all tied up at 29-29. Wesley Stanfield, he just takes a little fake to the right, comes back to the left, comes down the left side of the lane and just lays it in. I mean, he just blew by everybody. So that's only 4 points now for Wesley. 3-point shot from way out by Derek Sanchez. And so he's only had 4 points in that first half, but he has 8 points right now in this quarter. And Pojoaque takes a 1-point lead. Stanfield, a 15-footer, is tipped out to Andres Terrazas over to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez coming down the floor, fakes the 3, and he's just going to pull it out, hand it to Mario Barros. Back to Sanchez. Gets a screen from Terrazas. Hilltoppers play that very well. 3 minutes to go. 32-31, Pojoaque up to Tobias Velasquez. Dribbles into the free throw circle. Hands it off to DJ Aramillo. Aramillo with a nice little turnaround jumper in the lane. And so Aramillo picks up his 5th point in the ballgame and makes it 34-31. 3-point lead for Pojoaque. Comes to Nico Garcia. Garcia on the dribble, going to take it in. And he was they immediately sandwiched him, Mike. I mean, they could give this foul to anybody they want. So it's going to go to Tobias Velasquez. That's his 3rd. And Nico Garcia at the free throw line. That's the 3rd team foul. There's no way in the world that Nico was shooting, but they're going to give him a shooting foul anyway. And he makes the first. So Nico can cut it to 1. 2:40 to go. This shot is off. Rebound pulled down by the by Nick Manzanares. But Manzanares gets it up to Matt Gomez, who's checked back in the ball game. Gomez tries to penetrate. Roland S. says nothing doing. They get it back to Manzanares. Manzanares takes it in. Mark Cleveland in the ball game for Los Alamos. And partially blocks it, but then right then Mario Barras, only a 5'6" freshman, pulls down the rebound and puts it back in. Hilltoppers are getting killed on the boards. Joshua Woodson, or Josiah Frescas puts up the 3-point shot from outside, hits the side of the rim, and then just leisurely bounces out of bounds. 2:05 to go, 4-point lead for Pojoaque. The Hilltoppers have got to do a better job of rebounding because Pojoaque is just getting second chances almost every time they're down.
Yeah, it really has been. It's been a one-sided rebounding effort this entire quarter. Kind of saw that a little bit toward the end of the second quarter as well. Milwaukee kind of taking control of the glass, and they're in full control right now.
So they try to lob it in on a breaking to the basket with Derek Sanchez. They try to lob it to him. Knocked out of bounds by Josiah Frescas. Josiah doing a really good job of defense on Derek Sanchez. Sanchez comes down the right side of the right baseline, goes up, and he's fouled. I think, let's see who's going to get that. That one's going to go to Wesley Stanfield. So that'll be Wesley's second personal. That is only the second team foul on Los Alamos. But that puts Derek Sanchez on the line once again. Good free throw shooter. And so Derek puts it in. He's just cleaning up here in this quarter. Let's see, 6-8, that's his 9th point. He's going for 10 right now with this second shot. It's a 6-point lead for Pojoaque with 1:46 to go. So right now, the Hilltoppers a little shell-shocked here as Derek puts that one in. 7-point lead for Pojoaque in the third quarter. 1:40 to go. Hilltoppers get it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield out on top over to Nico Garcia. 3-point shot by Nico. That's off. Mark Cleveland with a rebound. In the corner, it goes to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield coming down the baseline on the left side. Comes out. Switches from his right hand to his left hand and then lays it in. Beautiful move by Wesley Stanfield. Makes it a 38-34. And so the basket good on the other end as Derek Sanchez once again penetrates, and he's going to be fouled by Wesley Stanfield again. Let me correct that. That's Roland S. picks up his second personal, third team foul. But scoring, and let's see, the scoreboard had Los Alamos down by 7. And now we're going to have a technical foul, I do believe.
That's going to go to Derek Sanchez after. So he's going to shoot his 3-point attempt, 3-point play attempt, free throw, and then but he got a technical foul immediately after that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all that was about, but he's going to try to complete the 3-point play, and he does. Now the Hilltoppers will bring it down to the other end, and somebody needs to shoot the 2-shot technical. So they're going to let Wesley Stanfield go. It's a 7-point lead for Pojoaque right now, 41-34. And Wesley Stanfield at the free throw line to shoot the 2-shot technical. And he misses that one. Unbelievable.
Well, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And he misses them both. Our best free throw shooter. And he misses them both.
Yeah, neither one of those are very good, Gene.
No. 7-point lead. Hilltoppers will inbound it at midcourt. And the Hilltoppers right now just being outplayed. They get it to Nico Garcia. Garcia over to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield standing in the half-court circle, now on the dribble. Still on the dribble. Gets a screen from Mark Cleveland. goes around the other side of the screen. Inside it comes to Cleveland, knocked away. So they don't get it up high enough. I don't understand why they can't lob it up high enough. He's 6'10", and you can't get it up high enough for the fast, and you allow somebody to tip it away. I mean, if you throw it up there high enough, he should be the only guy able to get it. Now, Pojoaque is going to go for the final shot here in a quarter, leading 41-34 with 20 seconds to go. Derek Sanchez on the dribble. Ryan Zeke on him. Gets the screen from Terrazas. And so I think they're going to call Terrazas for an illegal screen. And they certainly do.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
He could not have been any further away from the ball than he was either. But yeah, he was basically laying down a block. That wasn't a screen.
Yeah, there was no contact whatsoever. Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble getting the ball in, and they throw it right. And they I don't understand that. Hilltoppers inbounding it at half court. They can't get it in at half court, and then they throw it in right to Mario Barras. Mario Barros takes down the floor with 13 seconds to go, and then he's fouled, and this personal foul will go to.
No, they did not call a foul.
I guess they didn't, did they? But
looked like a foul.
Sure was. So Derek Sanchez, everybody's screening for him. He gets a double screen, and then taking the ball down the court. Roland Dess. Shot is up, and right there is Gavin Coy to pull it down. If the Hilltoppers had it in after that foul, and they go at a half court, they're going to let them put it in at half court. And the Hilltoppers couldn't get the ball in. They had Mario Barras, and he was just in front of, he was next to Nico Garcia, and they tried to throw it into the backcourt and threw it right to Barros. So Mario went down, had the ball knocked away from him. But I don't know, just anyway. I mean, the thing is, when you're trying to throw it in at half court, and the guy you're trying to throw it into is being shadowed like crazy, where is somebody else? Somebody ought to be coming up there to relieve the pressure. It's a 7-point ball game right now, as the Hilltoppers came up with 10 points in that quarter, and the Pojoaque came up with 20. So doubled the score on Los Alamos.
Boy, everything just going wrong for Los Alamos in that quarter. First of all, Pojoaque just absolutely 100% in control under the basket. They're coming up with every single rebound. Los Alamos isn't even in the picture some of the time. And then the Topper offense is just, their passing is just completely fallen apart here in the really third quarter.
And then taking it to the hole this time is Nick Manzanares. And Manzanares will go to the free throw line. And the personal foul is going to go now to Gavin Coy. That's his third. That is the fourth team foul on Los Alamos. But it's a shooting foul. And Pojoaque making a living right now at the free throw line. Well, Derek Sanchez said, let's see, he was 1, 2, 3. Well, he was 3 for 4. So I guess they haven't shot that many. But now Nick Manzanares cans 2. And it's a 9-point ball game. Hilltoppers get it to Elijah Ortiz in the corner. Over to Joshua Woodson. Woodson goes in. Over to Elijah. Elijah holds the ball above his head. Skip pass comes across to Gavin Coy. Coy's going to take it in. He goes up and he's fouled. And Gavin will go to the free throw line. So Gavin just heading right down the middle of the lane. And that personal foul is going to go to Andres Terrazas. That's going to be his fourth. And that is the 15th foul, or 16th foul on Pojoaque. Gavin Coy at the free throw line for Los Alamos. And he'll shoot one more. That's it to an 8-point ball game, but right now the Hilltoppers going to have to really pick up the pace. Boy misses this one. Elijah Ortiz with the rebound. Out on top to Wesley Stanfield, but tipped away by Derek Sanchez. Not a good pass. Comes down to DJ Aramillo. Aramillo will get it to Matt Gomez. Gomez is going to back out. And let's see if Mason Mossman wants to try to take something out of the ball. 7 minutes to go. They get it now to Matt Gomez. Gomez on a dribble. Starts to pull up. Gets it now to Nick Manzanares. Manzanares takes it all the way down. Puts the shot up. And the rebound goes off of Los Alamos out of bounds. So, and Mike Pojoaque on the we get it inside to Derek Sanchez. He was wide open, missed the layup. Rebound comes down to Joshua Woodson. Woodson gets it now to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield, top of the key, gets the screen. Pass inside to Roland Esch is knocked away by Derek Sanchez.
And that pass wasn't there. That was not there. Sanchez was all over Roland Esch.
Yeah, so they Hilltoppers try to inbound it. I don't know what that was. Down the floor, easily down the floor, Mario Barras. And
they're going to call a goaltend on this.
Okay.
I think that was Stanfield at the other end. He slapped the glass. That is a goaltend. So that basket will count. I'm not sure who that went to.
I think it was Mario Barros. I think. Yes. Gavin Coy, 3-point shot. That is off. But Hilltoppers completely out of sync right now. 6 minutes to go. Derek dances with it. Gets the screen. Comes around Wesley Stanfield. Puts it up. Rebound comes down to Roland Esch. He'll get it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield down the floor. The Hilltoppers down by 10 right now. They can cut this to a 7 or 8 point ball game right now. But the Hilltoppers are going to have to get moving. Another bad pass by Los Alamos comes to Wesley Stanfield inside to Gavin Coy. And Coy, but Wesley Stanfield was able to get that pass somehow. It was another bad pass to Stanfield. And the Pojoaque player was right there. But Stanfield was able to grab it and then get it underneath to Gavin Coy. And Coy lays it in for 2.
Well, that was a great pass there by Stanfield underneath, but that ball very nearly overthrown Stanfield. Los Alamos, their passing game is just all over the place. That's got to be, they've had at least in this quarter alone, probably 4 or 5 just really horrible passes. Stanfield able to chase that one down, but Los Alamos just they're not finding their open guys. They're trying to force passes in, and Pojoaque is all over those.
Oh, yeah, they are. And then on the rebound, Jason Mossman is sending everybody to the board. Everybody's going for a rebound. They're just not leaving it to the big guys underneath. I mean, every time a shot goes up, it's just every green uniform just crashes onto the basket. And so right now, the rebounds they're being pulled down by the shortest guy on the floor. So now, once again, with the 5:20 to go, it's an 8-point ball game. They bring it out on top now to Nick Manzanares. From Manzanares over to Derek Sanchez. Trying to penetrate in. They get it to DJ Aramillo. And so right now, Jason Mossman is going to try to get Pojoaque to run out the clock. And Matt Gomez pulls up, gets it over to DJ Aramillo. He almost throws it away. And he gets it out to Nick Manzanares. Manzanares on the dribble. Hilltoppers in a man-to-man defense. Manzanares pushes Nico Garcia wide open under the basket is Mario Barras. And Barros This is an easy layup. Josiah Frescas down the floor. Wesley Stanfield out to Frescas. Frescas skip pass across to Gavin Coy. Coy comes down, gets it underneath to Roland Esch. Esch puts it up. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. So right now, Roland can cut this to a 6-point ball game. But Pojoaque got what they wanted. They had a man wide open under the basket, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Just could not complete. Now Roland at the free throw line, and Roland has really upped his free throw game the last about month of the season, and he hits the first, so you can get Los Alamos right back in this ball game. But that one's off. That went off the back of their iron.
Yeah, full court press by Los Alamos right now. Long pass comes down the floor to Tobias Velasquez. He'll get it to DJ Aramillo. Velasquez with it, out on top to Matt Gomez. Gomez just standing near the half-court circle, gets the screen, comes around the screen, and then just picks up his dribble over to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez has the ball knocked away by Wesley Stanfield. And they're going to call Stanfield, ticky-tack. So they're going to call Stanfield for the blocking foul. Derek Sanchez just went by him. There was no contact at all. But Wesley picks up his third personal, and that is the 15th foul on Los Alamos. So it'll be inbounded by Pojoaque on the common foul. So the Hilltoppers in 2 fouls can get to the 1-and-1. They just figure out who to foul. Don't foul Derek Sanchez. Under 4 minutes to go. 7-point ball game. Derek Sanchez, he's going to take it to the hole. His shot blocked by Roland Esch, and they're going to call another foul. Every time he goes down the lane, I mean, it's a foul, no matter what happens. So now they're going to call Gavin Coy for the personal. That is his 4th, and that is a 16th foul. That's going to put Sanchez on the free throw line. This is the first. Wow. That's unusual. Well, right now he's 3 for 4 from the free throw line. I thought he'd shot more than that. But 45-38. Drops the second one in. 8-point ball game. 46-38. 3.5 minutes to go. Castro Woodson. Josiah Frescas gets the ball. Has the ball stolen. And Matt Gomez just picked his pocket. Now Josiah trying to get it back. Gomez gets away with a walk and then gets the ball to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez takes it to the hole. Rebound comes down right now.
They want to. Mossman wants another goaltender. I think he's got a case there. Somebody slapped the glass again.
Oh, is that right? So pass inside to Roland Esch. Picked off by Pojoaque. And we're going to have a personal foul called against the Toppers. And that's going to go to Nico Garcia. And that's only his first. But that is the 7th team foul. But that works to Los Alamos' advantage. Tobias Velasquez is going to go to the free throw line. And he'll shoot 1-and-1. And so Pojoaque. So Tobias Velasquez right now has not been to the free throw line. Has 2 points in the ball game, and he'll shoot 1-and-1. So this is the Los Alamos advantage if they can get the rebound. If he misses, and that's the advantage of the 1-and-1. Velasquez has to make this, and it rims around and comes out. Boy, that couldn't have been any better. Wesley Stanfield on the dribble. Out on top, it comes to Elijah Ortiz. Ortiz with the shot. Rebound comes down to Matt Gomez. Gomez. Now he'll just walk it up. Hilltoppers waiting in a man-to-man defense. Wait. And now it's Derek Sanchez. He gets it to DJ Aramillo. Aramillo with the miss. Nick Gonzalez gets the rebound. Tobias Velasquez brings it. They get it now to Matt Gomez. Gomez has the ball knocked out of his hands by Roland Esch. Roland can't believe it. I can't either. But they're going to say Nico Garcia with the foul.
Oh, brother. That was a clean
terrible
deflection.
Yeah. So Matt Gomez now is at the free throw line. And he'll shoot one. He'll shoot 1 and 1, or they're giving him a shooting foul. I didn't see him shooting. But anyway, Matt Gomez misses the first. Well, they're waiting around for Los Alamos, but Los Alamos not doing anything about it. Second one's in, 9-point ball game. The Hilltoppers. With the Wesley Stanfield, they grab him on the arm. Owen Geiger with his shot. This was off. But Wesley Stanfield, he's telling the official right now, they grabbed me by the arm. And they certainly did. Now Jason Mossman wants a timeout. With totally in control of this ball game. He'll take a full timeout. And he has 3 timeouts remaining, it looks like. He's got 2 full and 1 30. And the Hilltoppers have, well, right now, I think they have 2 full. So, but it's 47-38, Mike. The Hilltoppers have only come up with 4 points in this quarter, but of course, Pojoaque's only come up with 6. But Pojoaque is controlling the floor completely.
They're still doing a good job on the boards. The Toppers did get to pull down a couple of rebounds earlier in the quarter, but for the most part, Pojoaque is still crashing the boards. As you said, Jason Mossman is sending the kitchen sink in after every single shot. And that has worked out very, very well for him and for the Elks. So the Toppers, with their situation, they have 8 team fouls. They have 1 more 1-and-1 chance. So, and as you said, there is one guy on the floor they absolutely do not want to foul, and that is Derek Sanchez. But we'll see. I imagine he's going to be holding the ball quite a bit as long as he possibly can.
Yeah, I think so. Pass comes up to Matt Gomez. Now they'll get it to Sanchez. Long pass down the floor comes to Nick Manzanares. They need to foul him. Manzanares trying to take it to the hole, gets it to Matt Gomez. I would either foul Manzanares or DJ or Tobias Velasquez. Do not foul Matt Gomez or Derek Sanchez. Minute 55 to go. The Hilltoppers have got to put them on the line. That's all there is to it. Pass comes in right now to DJ Armillo. The Hilltoppers are not fouling. I don't understand that. They've got the 1-and-1 situation. Matt Gomez goes in, gets away with a walk, and it puts up a little jumper. And so Gomez, that's only his 5th point of the ball game, but 49-38. Wesley Stanfield trying to come down the baseline on the left side, and he gets knocked down. They call him from traveling. Jesus. Unbelievable. Long pass up the floor comes to DJ Armillo. Get it to Nick Manzanares. Back to Armillo. Now back to Manzanares. Now they go to 4 corners. Timeout, Jason Mossman. Well, Mike, I hate to say it, but the Hilltopper boys season is over.
It certainly looks that way. Down by 11, 121. The Toppers had a couple of chances to foul about 30 seconds ago, didn't take them. And then Gomez able to hit the short jumper to put them back up by 11. At this point, I don't think fouling does them a whole heck of a lot of good. They're too far behind. And, you know, if Pojoaque just shoots kind of average from the free throw line, they'll still be able to salt the game away. But, boy, the second half for Los Alamos, their offense has just been almost non-existent. There is just nothing going on. They're throwing a lot of passes away. They're not getting a whole lot of penetration off the dribble, and there's just not much they can do about it, and they're not getting the rebounds.
No, they're not. And like Mike said, Jason Mossman he was sending everybody to the basket for rebound. Every time a shot went up, all 5 players went for the rebound. I mean, they weren't even worrying about defense on the other end if the Hilltoppers got the rebound. So they're going to inbound it. Now they bring it inside now the Hilltoppers are going to foul, it looks like. And up to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez coming down the baseline, puts the shot up the top. Roland Dest with the rebound. Hilltoppers now in desperation mode. And they'll get it now to Gavin Coy. Coy back to Nico Garcia. Elijah Ortiz. Hilltoppers want to shoot the 3. And the ball is picked off by Matt Gomez.
Didn't even get a shot off.
No, they didn't. Ryan Zeke, deliberate foul on DJ Armillo. And Ryan immediately runs over and helps him up. So Ryan picks up his 3rd personal. And interestingly enough, Mike, the Hilltopper girls right now are playing Pojoaque. I'm playing Espanola in it. Espanola. If they lose that ball game, then their season is also over. And if they win that ball game, then they get to go to Moriarty. At the free throw line right now, we have DJ Armillo misses the first, makes the second. Or the other way around, makes the first, misses the second. 50-38, 44 seconds to go. We're going to have a blocking foul is going to go to Velasquez. So Tobias picks up his 4th personal. And Nico Garcia will go to the free throw line for the Hilltoppers. Nico, Mike, has 2 points in the ballgame. And boy, that's unusual.
Boy, he had a huge game the other night, but just did not get anything going.
No.
And he has been bird dogged all night as well by the defense.
So it's he drops in both of them, and it's now a 10-point lead. And so Derek Sanchez coming down the floor, double dribbles, not called. And so Hilltoppers deliberately foul Matt Gomez, but it's not very much and pretty late doing it. So Gomez at the free throw line. And he pops one in. So Gomez with 6 points, make it 7 points for the game. 30 seconds to go. Nico Garcia. Nico coming down in desperation. I mean, that was total panic. Came down, tried to get around one of the defensive men, and then tried to throw it to Wesley Stanfield. Overthrew him into the bleachers, and the Hilltoppers could just go into the victory formation right now. And Nico Garcia knocks the ball away from Matt Gomez. 20 seconds to go. 52-40, 12-point ball game. And now a timeout taken by Pojoaque. I don't understand, like, you know, if I was a coach and you were down by 12 with 20 seconds to go or something like that, I would just put them into victory formation. Tell them, go out there and set up your defense around the 3-point line and let them dribble it out. What's the point of this chasing everybody around and fouling? And there's a point where you have to say, we lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost physically impossible for the Toppers to score 12 points in 19 seconds. So, you know, just call it good. The Elks got the better of you today, you know, and just, you know, go out at least with your head held high a little bit. You know, fighting at this point really didn't do you a whole lot of good.
Yeah, it's pointless. So they played each other 3 times. Hilltoppers won 2, but Pojoaque wins the one that, that's the one that counts as they get to advance into the district tournament. Douse right now is number 1 in the district. And that should have been a backcourt violation. Well, Hilltoppers are just backing off. So that'll do it. The Hilltoppers go into the victory formation, and Pojoaque comes away with the win, 52 to 40. As the Hilltoppers only came up with 6 points in that final quarter. In fact, they only scored 16 in the entire second half. So, and then Pojoaque, let's see, they scored 31, Mike. So,
yep. So the Elks able to close it out in the fourth quarter, mostly from the free throw line. And they pick up the victory. They're going to move on, and they're going to play the Espanola Valley Sun Devils on Thursday. The Toppers are out of the District 2 4A tournament. They dropped to 15-12 on the season. I think at this point, and what really cemented it for them was the big victory over Espanola Valley a couple of weeks ago. I think the Toppers will sneak in to the playoffs. I think they're right there for an at-large bid. I think they're going to get it. But the disappointing finish tonight for the Toppers and the Elks, you got to give the Elks a lot of credit. They were just the more physical team. They went to the boards. They were they won the battle in the trenches tonight, and it really just gutted out this victory. So the Elks moving on. The Elks still alive. I don't know what realistically their chances are against either Espanola Valley or Taos, but this is a nice victory for them. They're still going to win 2 on the road to get into the state playoffs, but they pick up the victory here at Griffith tonight against the team that kind of had their number up till tonight.
Yeah, so the Hilltoppers now go to, let's see, coming into this ball game tonight, they were 15-11, so they end up their season at 15-12, and right now in playoff play, they go down 0-1, so they've got to buy into this ball game as a result of their third place finish. But that's going to wrap it up for Los Alamos High School basketball in Los Alamos, because this will be the last home game of this year for the Hilltopper Sports. And the Hilltopper boys are done. So they wrap up their season. Let's see, we're graduating 9 seniors.
Wow.
Believe it, you know. So, boy, talk about a rebuilding year. And we don't have a whole lot of height on the junior varsity either. So, and we have 5 undergraduates. It's interesting, Mike, because we have 9 seniors. We have 1 junior, 1 sophomore, and 3 freshmen, and that's what's going to be coming back. And then the junior varsity team. Junior varsity is pretty good, and so and these kids really do improve over a year. So, but it's going to be a job for Benito next year if he's still the coach. So, but anyway, I think unless we head down to Espanola on Thursday night, and you and I are done doing basketball. Of course, we have baseball and softball coming up here in a hurry. But anyway, it's been a fun year up here in Griffith Gymnasium, and really appreciate all your help and your support. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. We have a great time doing this, and we love coming out here to all the games. We love the travel, and occasionally we get to go out to eat too. I don't know, that really doesn't factor into it, but
that's right.
just we get to do all this stuff. We get to travel. Gene, you're a great guy to travel with. John McHale, great guy to travel with. And Nate, he puts all this together. If it's much more complicated than flipping a light switch, I don't have a clue, how to do it. But some quick scoring tonight, Gene. The Elks, no surprise tonight, led by Derek Sanchez. He had 19 points, 15 of those coming after the break, and actually 14 of those coming in the third quarter. So he led everybody. Nobody else in the game in double figures. The Toppers just got nothing going in that second half on the offensive end. Wesley Stanfield leads Los Alamos. He had 6 points, and that was about it. Roland Ash, Gavin Coy, Elijah Ortiz ended up with 5, and a lot of 4s and 3s beyond that. But unfortunately, Los Alamos needed a big score to step up tonight. They just did not get it. So the Elks will move on. The Toppers, for the moment at least, are done. On Sunday, I guess, is when we're gonna find out if the Toppers will in fact move into the state boys 4A playoffs. But for the moment, their season is kaput. The Topper girls in Espanola tonight, and that was kind of a tall order for them. They have not played particularly well against the Sun Devils this season. So we will see what becomes of that. But the girls, I think, to get into the playoffs, I think are going to have to get at least into the state there, into the district championship game. And they got to go through 2 very, very tough teams to do that. So that's going to be a pretty good trick if they can pull that off. So 52-40 victory for the Pojoaque Valley Elks tonight. And the Elks, like I said, they gutted it out, and they pull out the victory in the trenches.
Yeah, they outplayed us. There's no question about that. But also, it's very difficult to win a ball game when your leading scorer has 6 points. So that's kind of a tough road to hoe, I must say. So, and I want to thank Carol Clark and the Los Alamos Daily Post and the fire department, the police department, for all their support for this through this entire season, and their support of Los Alamos High School athletics. And so, for Mike Mays and John McHale and Nate Limback and Carol Clark of the Daily Post, thank you for tuning in all season long. We'll be back on the air for baseball and softball in the near future. So, anyway. Have a great tomorrow, and you can make it even better tomorrow. All you got to do is put a love in the heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin, and the most important thing that you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And sweetie pie, I love you, honey, and boy, do I miss you. Bye, everybody.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you